is Illuvium for everybody when it comes to their age?
It's weird. I've always viewed Illuvium as like adult Pokemon. Like what wanted my entire life is a game that's like Pokemon but for adults. But I see like these kids drawing pictures of Atlas and stuff, and it's cute. But I don't know if Illuvium's going to have that age fan base. I just don't really see the appeal for children to like be playing Illuvium. It doesn't. I don't think graphically it even really appeals to them. Not that it's not for them if they want to. I just think the demographics are unlikely that we'll have a large majority of children playing the game. So yes, Illuvium is for all, but it's very obviously tailored towards a specific group, which I think would be like older teen men or young adult men.
And I'll jump in real quick on that because I have a about to turn 8-year-old daughter. If she sees me playing the game, like she knows it's Illuvium, not really interested in it. When she sees me look at the Illuvitar pictures, and she'll come up and be like, "Ooh, that one's really cute." Like looking at like the wink or the
The dash
what's
or
the other
something like
one?
that.
The dash. Yeah, exactly. The wink and the dash. Those are like her two favorites. So
Yeah.
she'll see the colors, she'll see the image, and she'll be like, "Oh, that's cute. I like that." But the gameplay doesn't really interest her right now.
Mm.
But we've heard about other possible games, maybe a kart racer or
Yeah.
something, where the art isn't going to be the same. They might have a more simplistic art in a new game. And if there would be an Illuvium, something like a Mario Kart for Illuvium, my daughter would be all over that because she loves playing Mario Kart. You know, as we're going to release in open beta, it's probably not going to appeal to the younger kids, but I think there is a future for them in Illuvium.
Yeah.
TSG?
Yeah, okay. So I've got a lot to say about demographics. I'm now going to speak from my point of view, Taryn, not representative of Illuvium at all. This is just what my thoughts are. I don't know if the rest of Illuvium or the marketing team agrees. With the current products that we have coming out with Arena, Overworld, and Zero, I think that is targeted at our demographic. What I mean by that is the demographic of people that grew up with Digimon, that grew up with Pokemon, that are now old enough that when we grew up with that, we weren't working, we were kids, we didn't have money, and now we do. Now we actually have full time jobs, and we want some of that nostalgia. Nostalgia sells. We now have disposable income. We might, like yourself, Najib, have kids. So we want to target us, the parents, the ones that grew up with it. And what I would like to see is once, like you say, we come out with an Illuvium party, an Illuvium card, whatever it is, we then start introducing this IP that we are attached to through nostalgia to the little ones, to the kids. And then they grow up with this new IP as well, and it goes down, passes intergenerationally. That's, I think, how it's going to work. So I don't think in the first 2 to 3 years it's gonna get to the kids because they have no attachment to it. They're like, I don't even think they have an attachment to Pokemon. I think Pokemon is only still doing well because of our generation buying their games every time they come out. They're the best selling games because we have disposable income, not because the kids are excited about. I don't even know what the new Pokemon's are. Like they don't care. So, and I know for example, I won't mention any names, but I know for a fact people in our generation are taking their kids out to buy Pokemon cards and stuff. Again, it's the same thing. We are passing that on to the kids. So I see the same thing happening here. Primary demographic is our demographic, and then in the next 5 years, give or take, I think we can start to see that transition into the youngins as they start, like you say, your daughter is turning 8. So let's say in the next 5 years, she's about 13, 14. They might start doing part-time jobs or start making some income, and then they can start putting a little bit in. I think that's the transition that I think is a smooth one that we should be aiming for. But again, this is my opinion, not. I don't know. Kieran might have a different opinion, but this is mine.
You'd actually be surprised that generation of kids are like still like the Pokemon or in Pokemon cards. My daughter wants to get Pokemon cards because some of the little boys in her class play with Pokemon cards.
Great.
And it's a big enough thing where we just got some summer camp flyers from her school, and they're doing a week of a Pokemon summer camp where they're just gonna, I don't know, probably draw pictures of Pokemon and play Pokemon cards and play Pokemon games for a week in the summer. So it's still a thing. And every time I see that, I'm just like, what if we could do that for Illuvium? What if I can
Yeah.
convince her school to have an Illuvium camp for a week? Get all these
Mhm.
kids hooked. Like it would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
In the future though, yeah, I don't see it right away, but down the line, it would be cool.
I'll say that demographic I'd say is a 5 year away thing. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's this crazy thing we can flick out, like snap our fingers and get to it quicker. But I think it's a 5 year plan is a relatively safe time.